Warning, we have a Cannibal plasma CME that is heading our way in the next coming of days. This energy is going to be impacting us. Not only that, but we have the galactic new year that just started. We also have Mercury that is in Virgo. So this is all of the energy that is going to be ramping up, organizing us to set ourselves up for the new Lionsgate portal. Our galactic new year has started. July 26th is when this portal is opening. It is at its peak potency on August 8th and it closes here on August the 12th. This is when Sun and Sirius are synchronized and it is incredibly bright and extremely noticeable in the night sky. This is a gateway between the spiritual and the physical realm. August 8th is when this stargate is going to reach its peak in its potency. And it's also when Orion's belt is going to be located in direct alignment with the pyramids of Giza. So this was that energy portal, although it's no longer working at this present moment. But this was a direct line connection to this Sirius gateway. So they could go ahead and travel in between those distances. But along with the cosmic opening of the 888 Lionsgate portal, this is bringing about a whole bunch of supercharged DNA activated light codes. They are going to be flowing in through this polar vortex. And we're getting more DNA downloads because our sun is so active right now. Like I said, we have a Cannibal CME that is on its way. We'll get into that right after we go through the energy of today. But with the Lionsgate portal, expect to see some enhanced psychic abilities, see some synchronicities, some deja vu. You're going to have some spiritual downloads. There's going to be transitions, and it may be endings, and of course those new beginnings, because there's positive transformation that is on its way with Lionsgate portal energy, no joke. So get ready for all of those downloads. Everything that has been unraveling for the past month, we are going to receive a lot of insights, a lot of reflection towards. This is going to help us weed out and get rid of anything that does not need to be in our lives anymore. Things that need to be sorted out from now until the new moon on August the 16th. But there's more energy that goes right along with the new moon energy in Leo, which would be Mercury in Virgo. Now, this is going to be happening until August 15th, right around the new moon in Leo. When Mercury goes in Virgo, it's all about having zero patience for drama, zero patience for people who are just tagging you along and manipulating you, because you have clarity now and you can see everything that they are bringing up. So it's time to declutter and throw all of that out because you don't need it. You're craving more meaningful and deeper interactions, and you're reorganizing everything in your life. So this is a huge cleansing period for you now until the Lionsgate portal ending on the 12th, and then yet again the Mercury in Virgo, the new moon in Leo. We have so much energy that is going to build up in the month of August. This is about changing and recognizing everything in your life that needs change. So that may be money, career, it may be your love life, it may be friends, family, it may be just decluttering your home. It's going to be pretty much all of it. Anything that is up for grabs is going to be happening. So whatever you need to declutter, whether it be your car, your computer, something, your friends list, anything that is holding you back, or just you don't have a clear mindset, you need to unravel those things so you can move forward. It'll be easier for you. So little pieces now will help for later. But let's talk about the energy for just today, because today energy is going to be quiet in the cosmos because we literally only have 4 aspects that are going to be taking place today, and they literally all deal with the moon, because we just went through our last quarter moon in that Taurus energy. So now we're going to be slowing down. Now we're going to become a little bit more present in our lives today. So it's going to help us take a handle on all of our emotions that we're processing. Remember, we're supposed to be weeding all of those things out. It's a transition period. So think on what you need to do, and how do you move on from here? What does that look like for you? Are you stepping in, and are you going to be organizing for those future plans? Because that's basically what we're told to step into right now. That's the energy that is presented to us. We need to analyze, we need to get rid of stuff. Let's talk about the far side blast that produced that full halo CME, the most impressive halo CME that I have ever seen. Now, this major far side event produced that bright CME, and it was estimated to be an X14, an X14, which is undoubtedly the largest and strongest solar flare that we have had in solar cycle 25. These are no joke. This is why I report on these things, because it's coming, guys. It was directly on the opposite side of where we were located. So as this turns back around and we see another glimpse of this, it's going to reappear and make itself known about next week around July 31st, I would say. But that proton blast from that CME funneled back into Earth through our Parker spiral, which was giving us those S1 solar radiation storms. It also affected the polar cap absorption. These solar flares can produce these massive geomagnetic storms, cause these radio blackouts, and it causes a lot of other symptoms piled right on top of each other. So no joke, this is why we report on these type of things, because it's a very serious thing. And honestly, the only way that we were able to even get this data is because it was provided by the European Space Agency through their solar orbiter spacecraft. So if we didn't have that data from the European agency, we wouldn't be able to tell what this was, but we saw the beautiful full halo CME. Although we didn't have any Earth-directed components, that solar radiation storm hit us full on. So around July 31st, this region 3738 will be able to see a glimpse of what it really looks like now. But that's not all, because region 3776 gave us an M9.9. It was basically an X-class flare in my book. It also shot off this M7.8 right prior to it shooting off this large X-class flare. This almost X-class flare gave us a full halo CME. Now, there should be some Earth-directed components associated with this solar flare specifically, although the data analysis is still ongoing. But it gave us a 10 flare, and it also sent us into a type 2 radio blackout with this absorption level here. It was around 1,053 kilometers per second, so the velocity was a little bit high as well. This is where that solar flare came from. This is region 3776, and my God, this region is associated with 3 other regions that are basically gobbling each other up. We have 8 regions on our sun. Look at this huge group right here. In the next coming of days, this region will be Earth facing, along with all of the ones that are surrounding it. We'll take a closer look here in a second, but we are also going to look at 3762. This is what is producing those Cannibal CMEs. This is region 3762. It is in beta, delta, and gamma configuration. It has kept its delta configuration, meaning that it is much more complex and we really need to watch out for it. That's why our percentage down here, if you see, 10% chance of having another X-class flare from this region. Now, this region is kind of coming together. It seems a little bit more potent, and it is the reason why we're having these Cannibal CMEs. The first CME that you're going to see here is from a filament eruption. Now, the second one is from an M3.4 flare that erupted from that region I just showed you early on the 27th. Late on the 26th, we had that filament eruption. The second M3.4 flare CME that we're going to see was on early on the 27th. And they're thinking late on the 29th is when we're going to get the peak of this, early on the 30th. But make no mistake that this is going to have some Earth-directed impacts within us. We're going to see some strong geomagnetic storms. As a result, you can see the velocity and the colors over here. They get deeper. The same thing with this. Our density is going to be higher because they're going to be stacked on top of each other. So hydration is going to be key, grounding, meditating, keeping up with your self-care. And this is the big region that we're monitoring because it's going to have a lot of influence here in the next coming of days. Although the percentages may be low down here, we have a high chance of having intermediate spots gained and a lot of pressure that is created within all 4 of these regions. Expect those active G1, G2, possibly G3 geomagnetic storms here in the next coming of days. Time to shield up, guys. Love ya.